Ladies and gentlemen, this is the sports model.
Alien spacecraft, strange metals that do not exist on Earth, engines that do not burn fuel but bend reality itself. These ideas are so common in modern science fiction that they almost feel ordinary.
Wow, how did you do that?
That was a third-class maneuver, Navigator.
We see them in movies like Independence Day and Men in Black. We hear them in television shows like The X-Files. But these ideas did not appear from nowhere. At some point, someone had to say them out loud for the first time. The question is simple but unsettling. Where did these ideas come from? Are they nothing more than creative imagination, or are they based on real events that were never meant to be public? Today, on Richard Bear and Horror, we are exploring one of the most controversial stories of all time. This is the story of Bob Lazar. Before we begin, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Leave a comment telling us which real-life horror or mystery you want us to cover next. Now let's step into the desert. Area 51 is one of the most mysterious locations in the United States. Some would argue it is the most mysterious place in the world. It sits deep in the Nevada desert, surrounded by miles of empty land. There are no signs welcoming visitors. There are no explanations offered to the public, just fences, security, and silence. Officially, Area 51 is a military testing facility. Unofficially, it has become the center of UFO mythology.
This became the first president to ever publicly mention Area 51.
For decades, people have believed it is a place where the government studies alien technology. Others believe it is simply a testing ground for advanced aircraft. Both explanations may be true, or neither may be true. The base is also known as Groom Lake, Homey Airport, or KXTA. The name Area 51 itself is part of the mystery. Some say it comes from a Cold War numbering system used by the Atomic Energy Commission. Others say it does not appear on any official grid at all. Some believe the name was chosen specifically to confuse outsiders. The history of Area 51 is unclear by design. Most experts believe it was established during or shortly after World War II. During the Cold War, it became a site for experimental aircraft testing. The U.S. government has admitted that aircraft such as the U-2 spy plane, the SR-71 Blackbird, and the F-117 stealth fighter were developed and tested there. These admissions prove one thing: Area 51 is where the government tests technology far ahead of its time. But advanced airplanes alone do not explain the obsession. What truly locked Area 51 into the public imagination was the idea that something non-human was being stored there. That idea is often linked to the Roswell incident of 1947.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.
According to popular belief, an unidentified object crashed in New Mexico. The wreckage was recovered, the story was changed, and whatever was found was quietly transported to Nevada. Whether Roswell involved aliens or not, it permanently connected Area 51 to extraterrestrial theories. It also raised an important question. If Area 51 was supposed to be secret, why did the public know about it at all? Some believe the government lost control of the narrative. Others believe Area 51 itself is a distraction, a decoy meant to draw attention away from other hidden locations. No matter the reason, Area 51 became famous, and much of that fame can be traced back to one man, Bob Lazar. Before Bob Lazar, Area 51 was whispered about. After Bob Lazar, it became legendary.
Robert Lazar. Lazar claims that out in the Las Vegas desert, he worked on operational flying saucers at an area called Site 4. He says it's our country's #1 top secret.
I had a casual meeting with Dr. Edward Teller while working at Los Alamos National Laboratory in New Mexico. He referred me, after several years, to a job out in the New Mexico desert, a place known as S4 near Area 51, where many top secret government projects had their home base, essentially. Edward Teller is the director of the program.
Robert Scott Lazar was born on January 26, 1959. He was not a celebrity. He was not a politician. He appeared to be an ordinary man with an interest in science. Lazar claimed he attended Pierce Junior College in Los Angeles. He also claimed he earned advanced degrees in physics and mathematics from MIT. This is where the controversy begins. Both Pierce College and MIT state they have no record of Bob Lazar attending. There are no transcripts, no diplomas, no graduation confirmations. Skeptics say this proves Lazar lied about his education.
A detailed model of what that thing looked like that he worked on. The sport model, I think they called it.
That's what he called it, yeah.
When you watch him talk and you hear him give his description of his time working there and what he saw and what he thinks those things are, what was your take on that?
I thought it was curious and interesting. I mean, I've been to Area 51. I didn't see any flying saucers or...
Any money telling that story?
I'll tell you another story offline. We can exchange stories offline.
I'm excited. I can't wait for this to be over now.
Supporters believe something else happened. They believe his records were erased. The idea that a government agency could remove someone's academic history sounds extreme. But in a world of classified projects and secrecy, some believe it is possible. This missing education record remains one of the strongest arguments against Lazar. It is also one of the most disturbing parts of his story. Lazar also claimed he worked at Los Alamos National Laboratory. Once again, the lab said there was no record of him ever being employed there. However, during that same period, Lazar appeared in a local newspaper. The article described him as a physicist working at Los Alamos.
I had a fascination with small jet engines. I had built and installed a jet engine in a little Honda Civic, a small car. It made the front page in the local Los Alamos paper, The Monitor. Coincidentally, and in fact on the back of that front page, Ed Teller was giving a lecture on SDI, and I believe that was June 1982.
The article focused on his creation of a jet-powered car. This contradiction created confusion. Was the newspaper wrong? Was Lazar exaggerating? Or were records selectively erased? According to Lazar, his life changed when he was recruited for a top-secret government project. He claimed the Department of Defense selected him to work with a group of elite scientists. Their task was to solve a problem that modern science could not explain. Lazar said he was taken to a site known as S4. This site was located near Area 51. It was hidden inside the desert. The facility was built into the side of a mountain. Inside, Lazar claimed he saw something that would alter his understanding of reality.
All one dark pewter. No joints.
No controls gravity interface?
Compact reactor, immense power.
This is the heart of the craft. The lattice holds a plasma matrix in equilibrium, what powers everything you saw outside.
It's floating.
No physical supports. The field keeps it centered and feeds the conduits in the...
Everything in here is one piece of material, dark pewter, seamless. No welds, no bolts, not even a joint line. It's like somebody molded the whole ship in a single pour.
Alien spacecraft. According to Lazar, multiple non-human craft were stored in underground hangars. These were not experimental human vehicles. They were not prototypes. They were fully intact machines built by something not from Earth. The designs were smooth and compact. There were no sharp edges, no visible rivets, no signs of human engineering. The scientists were divided into teams. Each team had a specific task. No team was allowed to know everything. This ensured secrecy. Lazar's team was assigned to study the propulsion system.
It's like the whole thing was poured in one piece.
Every surface flows into the next. The material isn't metal or ceramic, at least nothing we've cataloged.
And those seats, too small for us.
Built for something half our size. Function over comfort.
No controls, no switches. How's it driven?
What he described next is what made his story famous. Lazar claimed the craft did not use engines in the traditional sense. They did not burn fuel. They did not rely on thrust. Instead, they generated gravity. The craft could create a powerful gravitational field that bent space and time. According to Lazar, the craft did not move through space. Space moved around the craft. In this clip from News 8's Now, Las Vegas, Lazar goes into further detail.
Gravity amplifiers output goes into the gravity emitters at the bottom. Wave can be pretty much put anywhere you want it to. And I had access and was permitted to view and look at the operation of this main level with the gravity amplifiers and the level below the gravity emitters. People call these large black rectangular areas on the top portholes. I believe they were some planar sensor array that just took in information from the surrounding area, whether it be patterns of stars.
This technology relied on a substance called element 115. At the time, this element was unknown to science. Lazar described it as a heavy and stable element capable of producing enormous energy. When processed correctly, it generated an anti-gravity field. Lazar became deeply focused on this element. He believed it held the key to faster-than-light travel. He believed it explained how interstellar travel was possible. He believed it proved humanity was not alone. Then, without warning, Lazar said he was removed from the project. He was dismissed. No explanation was given. His access was revoked. He was sent home. Soon after, Lazar claimed he was being followed. He believed he was under surveillance. One night, while driving, he said someone fired at his car and blew out his tires. Whether this was an attack or paranoia remains debated. Lazar believed his life was in danger. He made a decision. He went public. Lazar contacted investigative journalist George Knapp. Knapp listened to his story. Knapp found parts of it credible. He agreed to put Lazar on television. Initially, Lazar appeared with his face hidden. His voice was disguised. The reaction was explosive. Almost overnight, Bob Lazar became a global figure. Some people called him a fraud. Others called him a hero. Supporters believed he was a whistleblower risking his life. Critics believed he was inventing a story for attention. One detail troubled skeptics. Lazar seemed to know things he should not know. He accurately described the layout of Area 51. He described security procedures. He described test flight schedules that were later confirmed. Observers even gathered at specific times Lazar mentioned and witnessed strange lights in the sky. How could he know these things if he had never worked there? George Knapp continued to support Lazar. He pointed out that Lazar's story never changed over decades. The details remained consistent. For many people, that consistency mattered. Over time, Lazar's story became the foundation of modern UFO culture. Movies borrowed his ideas. Television shows mirrored his themes. The X-Files drew heavy inspiration from Lazar's claims. Alien designs, secret bases, erased records, and deep state cover-ups all reflected his narrative. Lazar also influenced public distrust of government authority. The idea that records could be altered and truths hidden became common. Characters like Fox Mulder and Dana Scully constantly faced misinformation and deception. These themes appeared in films like Enemy of the State, They Live, and The Matrix. Whether Bob Lazar told the truth or created a modern myth, his influence is undeniable. For decades, his claims remained unproven. They were discussed in fringe communities. They were dismissed by mainstream science, but they were never fully disproven. Then, in 2003, something unexpected happened. Scientists in Russia and the United States synthesized a new element. It was named moscovium. Get this, its atomic number was 115. The element was unstable. It did not have the properties Lazar described, but its existence reignited debate. Had Lazar known something ahead of time? Was it coincidence, or was it validation? Today, governments openly discuss unidentified aerial phenomena. Pentagon reports admit objects exist that defy explanation. Area 51 remains classified. Bob Lazar remains controversial, and the question remains: was Bob Lazar lying, or did he reveal the greatest secret in human history?
There it is.
Is this legal?
All clear. For now. Copy 3-9. Stand by.